This is an original text. The text contains adult language and situations that may be offensive by today's standards, but were considered appropriate during the 1950s when Arthur Miller wrote this text. The Crucible, Act 3, Part 4. Roles for this reading. The play so far. Giles Corey testifies that a witness heard Putnam celebrating that his daughter had accused someone whose land he wanted, but the court continues to threaten to arrest and question any witnesses that testify against the accusers. Finally, John Proctor begins to present the testimony of Mary Warren. Though Hale begs the court to allow Mary and Proctor to use a lawyer, Danforth refuses.
His first real outburst, in which his contempt for Paris is clear.
Mr. Paris, I bid you be silent!
He stands in silence, looking out the window, now having established that he will set the gate.
Mr. Cheever, will you go into the court and bring the children here?
Cheever gets up and goes out upstage. Danforth now turns to Mary.
Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor threatened you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
Weaker.
No, sir.
Sensing a weakening.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
Then you tell me that you sat in my court callously lying when you knew that people would hang by your evidence?
She does not answer.
Answer me!
Almost inaudibly.
I did, sir.
How were you instructed in your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars?
She cannot speak.
Or is it now that you lie?
No, sir. I am with God now.
You are with God now.
Aye, sir.
Containing himself.
I will tell you this. You are either lying now or you are lying in the court. And in either case, you have committed perjury and you will go to jail for it. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary. Do you know that?
I cannot lie no more. I am with God. I am with God.
But she breaks into sobs at the thought of it, and the right door opens, and enter Susanna Walcott, Mary Lewis, Mercy Lewis, Betty Paris, and finally Abigail. Cheever comes to Danforth.
Ruth Putnam's not in the court, sir, nor the other children.
These will be sufficient. Sit you down, children. Your friend, Mary Warren, has given us a deposition in which she swears that she never saw familiar spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She claims as well that none of you have seen these things either.
Slight pause.
Now, children, this is a court of law. The law based upon the Bible, and the Bible, writ by Almighty God, forbid the practice of witchcraft and describe death as the penalty thereof. But likewise, children, the law and Bible damn all bearers of false witness.
Slight pause.
Now then, it does not escape me that this deposition may be devised to blind us. It may well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract our sacred purpose. If so, her neck will break for it. But if she speak true, I bid you now drop your guile and confess your pretense, for a quick confession will go easier with you.
Pause.
Abigail Williams, rise.
Abigail slowly rises.
Is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Thinks, glances at Mary, then back at Abigail.
Children, a very augur bit will now be turned into your souls until your honesty is proved. Will either of you change your positions now, or do you force me to hard questioning?
I have not to change, sir. She lies.
To Mary,
Would you still go on with this?
faintly,
Aye, sir.
turning to Abigail.
A poppet were discovered in Mr. Proctor's house, stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren claims that you sat beside her in the court when she made it, and that you saw her make it, and witnessed how she herself stuck her needle into it for safe keeping. What say you to that?
With a slight note of indignation,
It is a lie, sir.
after a slight pause,
While you worked for Mr. Proctor, did you see poppets in that house?
Goody Proctor always kept poppets.
Your Honor, my wife never kept no poppets. Mary Warren confesses it was her poppet.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Cheever,
when I spoke with Goody Proctor in that house, she said she never kept no poppets. But she said she did keep poppets when she were a girl.
she has not been a girl these 15 years, Your Honor.
But a poppet will keep 15 years, will it not?
It will keep if it is kept, but Mary Warren swears she never saw no poppets in my house, nor anyone else.
Why could there have not been poppets hid where no one ever saw them?
furious.
There might be a dragon with 5 legs in my house, but no one has ever seen it.
We are here, Your Honor, precisely to discover what no one has ever seen.
Mr. Danforth, what profit this girl to turn herself about? What may Mary Warren gain but hard questioning, and worse? You're charging Abigail Williams with a marvelous cool plot to murder. Do you understand that? I do, sir. I believe she means to murder.
Pointing at Abigail incredulously,
This child would murder your wife? It is not a child. Now hear me, sir. In the sight of the congregation, she were twice this year put out of this meeting house for laughter during prayer.
shocked, turning to Abigail.
What's this? Laughter during?
Excellency, she were under Tituba's power at that time, but she is solemn now.
Aye, she's solemn and goes to hang people.
Quiet, man!
Surely it have no bearing on the question, sir. He charges contemplation of murder.
I
He studies Abigail for a moment, then,
continue, Mr. Proctor. Mary, now tell the governor how you danced in the woods.
instantly,
Excellency, since I come to Salem, this man is blackening my name. He?
In a moment, sir.
to Mary Warren sternly and surprised.
What is this dancing?
She glances at Abigail, who is staring down at her remorselessly, then appealing to Proctor.
Mr. Proctor,
Taking it right up,
Abigail leads the girls to the woods, Your Honor, and they have danced there, naked.
Your Honor, this?
at once.
Mr. Parrish discovered them himself in the dead of night. There's the child she is.
It is growing into a nightmare, and he turns astonished to Paris.
Mr. Parrish!
I can only say, sir, that I never found any of them naked, and this man is...
But you discovered them dancing in the woods.
Eyes on Paris, he points at Abigail.
Abigail?
Excellency, when I first arrived from Beverly, Mr. Paris told me that.
Do you deny it, Mr. Parrish?
I do not, sir, but I never saw any of them naked.
But she have danced.
Unwillingly.
Aye, sir.
Danforth, as though with new eyes, looks at Abigail.
Excellency, will you permit me?
He points at Mary Warren. With great sorrow, or with great worry,
Pray, proceed. You say you never saw no spirits, Mary, were never threatened or afflicted by any manifest of the devil or the devil's agents.
very faintly,
No, sir.
with a gleam of victory.
And yet, when people accused of witchery confronted you in court, you would faint, saying their spirits came out of their bodies and choked you.
That were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, sir.
But why did you turn cold? Did you not? I myself picked you up many times, and your skin were icy. Mr. Danforth, you...
I saw that many times. She only pretended to faint. Your Excellency, they're all marvelous pretenders.
And can she pretend to faint now?
Now,
Why not? There might be no spirits attacking her, for none in this room is accused of witchcraft, so let her turn herself cold now. Let her pretend she is attacked now. Let her faint.
Warren, he turns to Mary.
Faint!
Faint?
I faint! Prove to us how you pretended to the court so many times.
Looking to Proctor.
I cannot faint now, sir.
Alarmed, quietly.
well, can you not pretend it?
She looks about as though searching for the passion to faint.
I have no sense of it now.
Why? What is lacking now?
I cannot tell, sir.
Might it be that here we have no afflicting spirits loose, but in the court there were some?
I never saw no spirits.
Then see no spirits now. Prove to us that you can faint by your own will, as you claim.
Stares, searching for the emotion of it, and then shakes her head.
I cannot do it.
Then you will confess, will you not? It were attacking spirits made you faint.
No, sir.
Your Excellency, this is a trick to blind the court.
This has been the Crucible Act 3, Part 4.